Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Gigi's Garden. Uh, Thank you, Jehovah, for this beautiful, beautiful day. So I'm out here. I've been out here in the garden uh, for a good part of the morning. I already changed my chicken waterers, scrubbed them out, and I've been in the garden just pulling weeds because, of course, it's so overgrown that I can barely walk through there without being afraid of stepping on something that I should not be stepping on. So I'm gonna just show y'all a little bit. My garden is just, I don't have time to tend to it the way I need to. I just literally do not have the time. So when I get an hour or two in a late afternoon like this is what I have to take. So I have to do what's the most important. So these elderberries is starting to die back a little bit. It's still big and crazy, but it's starting to die back a little bit. Now look at this. Most of this is perpetual spinach and also some of these wild buckwheat weeds. But my pepper plant is just loaded, and it's just leaning down because and these are, girl, I don't forget the name of these peppers. But in this perpetual spinach is going crazy. My basil's growing. That's lemon basil. The tomatoes are all dying back. It's time to pull them up, but I'm gonna let the last few that are green ripen up. And this tomato down here, it's got flowers all over it. I don't know what's going on. My little lemon cucumber, I planted this for the second wave of cucumbers. Never got a stink bug on there. Let me pop him. Pow! Well, it's got flowers everywhere, but it's got a disease because it's dying back. The leaves are crunchy and most of them aren't getting crunchy. The new ones are doing fine, but I don't know. I have a lot of flowers on that, but hardly no fruit. They're like all male flowers. So I don't know what's going on. Now these, honey, you talking about invasive? It doesn't came. It's growing all the way out here, and it's growing all the way out there on that way. I walk on them every time I come through. These cherry tomatoes, all on the ground, invasive. Oh, okra, I got one. Yes. Let me see if I can get it. Yes. Perfect size. So I got a bunch of cherry tomatoes here. This one is starting to get a little diseased. I'm growing up the trellis with the grapevines, but it's loaded with green tomatoes. So I'm just going to let them ripen, and I'm going to go ahead and pick that whole thing. Again, look at the basil. The basil getting just as tall as they want. I had to go ahead and cover these tree collards. I am so sick of these bugs eating my tree collards. Don't make no sense. And these flowers, these zinnias, they just keep giving. I got weeds and zinnias all through there. My beans are doing phenomenal over there. Echinacea just doing great. My collards and kale. I'm going to dig this whole bed out, and I'm going to redo it. I'm going to put my collards and kale somewhere else next year. Only reason I never moved them because they survived the winter, and that's where they came up at. And that's where they have been growing. So I never did. I just didn't move them. I have refreshed that bed a couple times, but it's just, to me, they're not thriving. They're not doing really great. They're surviving, but they're not thriving. Now, these ground cherries in here and these zinnias are going crazy. I have some beauty berry bushes in here, and they are getting smothered out by the ground cherries and the zinnias. So I'm about to go in there and remove some of that. Cut the ground cherries back because I have ground cherries over there. I got a wild one there, and they're all over the place. So I will cut those back, and there's 2 or 3 of them in that bed anyway. And I'm gonna have 1,000 next year because they're all over the ground. I can't get to them. So Malabar spinach. This Malabar spinach is so hot. It grew the ladder. It looks amazing. I'm gonna start cutting some of that back and just throwing it over there to the chickens because I don't particularly care for Malabar spinach. To me, it tastes weird. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna eat it. So there's a rogue tomato in there. This is where I've been working all day. I done pulled so much weeds out of here. And I'm just working my way up this way so I can get rid of all this junk. Now this monstrosity is the loofah. The loofah then went over there, and it's coming out here in the yard. There's so many flowers on this loofah that I'm just hoping, I'm praying that I get some loofah, because there's so many flowers. So, but I can't tell right now if there's male and females right now. So I can't tell because I'm not really getting up in there to look. Also, the loofah has smothered out the cucumbers in here, so which is fine because they were dying out anyway. All these cherry tomatoes that were on this little rack is just about dead. And I think next year I think I'm gonna put bricks around here and fill it up, and I'm gonna plant something else in there. I'm gonna try to dig out all the tomatoes that's gonna come back again next year. But I really want to come out here and take me some cuttings of these zinnias. They're just so sweet and so beautiful. I need to pull out the sunflowers because they done died. And even the ones that have several heads. I'm not going to pull that one because it got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads. That tall one has got 5 heads that are getting ready to come out. So I'm not going to pull that one up. My poor little potato bed. I think there's so much nitrogen in this bed here why my potatoes didn't do well. So I am going to I was going to buy some starch the other day, but I never did. So since all my cabbages and Brussels sprouts died over there, I might put 1 or 2 cabbages here and then put Brussels sprouts and maybe some broccoli in there. I can buy starch, or I have plenty of seeds. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is so much work. I don't have the time nor the energy to do it the way I used to. I might have to scale my garden back, and I don't want to do that. But with me not being as well as I used to be, it might end up being that way. So here is my pile of boxes. This is going to actually be my next bed. Me needing to scale back, but also doing my planning to build another bed. I don't know what to do with my life. So I'm thinking about building another bed here. I have that big wooden crate, and plus I got to go get another one. And I'm thinking about putting them down there by the orchard on the other side over there. And I'm thinking about doing that. And if I put those over there, because it's real shady over there, I can put all my brassicas in those 2 boxes. And I could leave in for all my cold weather stuff in those 2 boxes, and just leave these beds up here for other things. Okay. Spiderwebs everywhere around here. So that's another thing. I've been knocking down spiderwebs. Have to, because they're out of control. Of course, I've been trying to get my lawn guy to come and weed whack through here for weeks, and he keeps telling me he's coming to do it. He just never shows up. So I have something else I need to move because they are not in a good spot, and they're in grow bag. This one's in a grow bag. That's in a pot. So what I might do is put it over here by, it's my bay leaf trees. I'm gonna put them over here by this tomato, because there's so many weeds over there and so many bugs. I don't want them to die. The one in this little pot is doing great, and I realize why. Because it is in a pot that's not that big. So that one's doing great. I got that big grass sticking out of it. I'm gonna have to get that out of the way. I'll have to dig it up right now. So I'm gonna put these bay leaf trees over here. Hopefully my tripod, the leg keep falling off. The kids had a ball with this tripod one day. So, or I can't remember what this is. It's not bay leaf. This is something else. I should have kept, is this a pluot tree or something? But my friend Trina gave me this one. That's a bay leaf tree over there. But this is doing really well. And it doesn't seem to care that it was in all those weeds being shaded out, getting partial sun. So it's doing okay. The bay leaf tree, I put it in a pot that's too big. So that's why it's not really thriving. But it's still alive and it's doing well. This Shih Tzu, I've never seen it grow so big. I don't really eat it. It tastes really good. Our problem is here lately we're not eating a whole lot of salads. I like it in salads. It's a little peppery, but it's pretty good. It's delicious. And I'm just not, I don't know. Maybe I'll try putting it in the blender and juicing it. But I have a couple rogue Malabar spinach that came in here in this bed. Them things is growing all the way up and over. And it's like, what? Because these are, oh, the plant done turned the camera. Do it all the time. But these Malabar spinach, y'all need to go up. I think I need to prune these because it's got suckers. I'm gonna have to cut it. I need to cut it. I can't just pull it off. My comfrey over there, I can barely get over there. Doing crazy. It's growing big. And you remember when I said I was supposed to pull the rest of the corn off the bed and never did? So here you go. There we have it. Beans are thriving in here. The corn's going crazy. But I do have one Kershaw squash that's still in here growing. I think this half of it has been killed by vine borers. So it grew along the ground here. And check it. It's just growing over here. I got two little Kershaws. 1, 2 coming. There's one that's probably about that big down there. Let's see if there it goes. And I had one, but I have plenty of male flowers and I have a few female flowers. I had one that had blossom and rot. So I went on and picked that one off because I didn't want it to sap any more strength from the plant. Now I'm gonna show y'all this. All of that is cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. Loaded with green tomatoes. So as soon as they ripen all up, I'm gonna go ahead and let the lawn guy cut them all down. Hopefully, that'll work. It is so hot, and I have on so many clothes because the bugs are so vicious out here. So I can't spend a whole lot of time out here. I did spend like an hour or so out here, but I have to come in out of this heat and get me something to drink because it's about to kill you, girl. Well, that was it for my little garden tour. There's a whole lot of things I need to be doing out there. There's a whole lot of things that I need to tear out, and I wanted to replant a lot of things, but it's too late. And what I think I'm gonna do is mulch all of these, pull everything out, mulch the beds really heavy, fertilize them, and just let them rest for the winter. And then in the spring, I'm gonna see if I'll have enough time and everything, because there'll be different things going on in my life. Like the kids are getting older. Aiden will be going to school here next year, and I'll have a little bit more time. So look at the sweat. Thank you for joining me in Gigi's Garden. Have a wonderful day. Remember, be kind. It's free.